All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at a set of Ready2Robot Wreck Racers. It's kind of a continuation of the review that we did a few days ago. That time I looked at one of the regular old Ready2Robots, just the kind of typical sets where they have these little mech suit guys. But after Series 2, what they ended up doing was doing these Wreck Racer guys, which took basically the same concept, but instead of a little mech suit, it was a little race car. With again, varying parts that you kind of build and you unlock one section at a time, but they function a little bit differently. So I figured they warranted their own review here. This is basically one of them. Hopefully it's not this one that I get. This is the only other one that I have. So I'd say the odds of that are kind of slim, but let's do a little unboxing here of our Ready2Robot Wreck Racer. So this one, instead of having an extra plastic sleeve on the outside, has a cardboard sleeve, which is a little bit better in terms of environmental friendliness. Then they have this plastic sleeve, which we can just tear off. We've got our paperwork there, our little guide to which guys we could be getting. And we've got our little sections here. These ones are a little bit different, whereas the the original pods, let me grab one here, had these kind of these 4 sections here where you could open them up one at a time to get all the different parts, and then the slime capsule would be in the last one. This one is a little bit different, kind of a fun engineered base here, because when you press one of these, it opens up the section like that. They're kind of all in the same real section, and you kind of just open them up at the same time, but pretty cool. And we've got a couple missiles here for our spring-loaded weapon that it comes with. We'll start off with this orange bag. Again, these kind of have a lot of plastic with them, but not the end of the world. It's just a little bit annoying for environmental reasons. We've got a couple weapons here. These look to be the same kind of weapons that came with our other Wreck Racer, just in a different color there. So hopefully we're not getting too many repeat parts, but pretty cool. I know at least the missile launching weapon is different because I don't have these. Pull out this green bag. Ooh, that's fun. There's our missile launcher that we can plug these missiles in, kind of chainsaw missiles. Pretty cool. Nice. This one feels like one of the main pieces of the car body there. All right, there's our back section. Pretty similar. I think it might even be the same mold as the red one. Yeah, looks to be the same mold. I don't know, maybe they're all the same mold for the back section. I'm not sure about that. I know at least the fronts are supposed to be different. I don't know about the middle and the back, because again, I only have the one. Here's another main section. All right, there's our front section, which is kind of cool. A little bit more slender than the one we have for the red one here. And then last but not least will be the section that our pilot will actually go in. The middle. All right. So then to plug these together, you can just... I mean, that seems right, but it's weird that they don't quite line up. Like the wheels sit a little bit low. And it's just on that section too. That's weird. All right. So that doesn't quite line up. It feels like this should be a little bit lower, but whatever. Then we can just take this section, plug it on top there without firing the missiles, hopefully, because the button's also right in the middle. Then each of these sections, just plug them onto the sides here. There's other ports on these guys, but these are kind of like the default places to put them. And there's some fun stuff with these that makes them a little bit more customizable than just like the regular mechs that we'll get into. But there we have the main car kind of as it's intended to be. And then we can do the same thing by launching out the slime capsule there. This one seems like it's going to have a bit more force. There we go. That's a bit more what I'm accustomed to. And then we've got some orange slime again, which I mentioned last time. I've had some orange slime. I've been burned by the orange slime before. Usually the slime is like pretty easy to manage and get off your fingers, but I've had a few bad instances with specifically the orange slime. So hopefully that will not be the case, but we'll see. You can kind of peel off this section here. All right. Throw that away. Let's, yeah, it seems kind of liquidy and sticky. Not crazy about the consistency of this slime compared to the last one. Ooh, all right, I might have to wash my hands in between. But ooh, it looks like we've got another little monkey guy. I've got this mold of the driver before. Ooh, yeah, I don't like this slime. Usually this slime is much better than this. All right, I'm gonna put most of this back in there, and then I'm gonna have to actually wash this off my hands. Usually the slime is like, okay, I mean, if you watched the last video, you saw it, is like you can just like, drop it back in and it stays mostly in the same like glob or whatever. But I've had a few bad times where the slime actually is like gross and sticky, so I'm gonna have to actually wash my hands. All right, got him free and got all the gross slime off of him. I'll have to put that away. Should have cleaned the rest of this up too, because the slime on these guys actually does play into the actual fun feature of these guys, which I'll get into in a bit. But yeah, we can just put him in there. I've seen this mold before. My favorite guy here. I like the blue version still a little bit better, but there's another version of that little monkey pilot. Not a big deal that they reuse a mold every now and again, but worth mentioning. And yeah, there's supposed to be, I thought, at least the other one that I had a little helmet that went on him, but maybe they didn't include that with him because he's got a, kind of an irregularly shaped head. Let's see if I can find the little instruction manual to confirm that. So unlike with Series 1, these guys, they just have the cars showed off. So I have no idea if he's missing a helmet or not, because on my red one here, wherever he's buried, there he is, he's actually got a little helmet, which I don't really mind if this guy doesn't come with a helmet, because I kind of don't like the helmet on them. I just feel like it sort of hides the little racer within. And it kind of makes it look like it's just part of a different toy line. I prefer to keep the helmet off, so I'm fine if he doesn't come with one, but if he does, it might just be lost in one of these bags here. But another cool feature about these guys, because the regular, Ready2 robots, like the just like the little mech suits that come with the pilots, the sort of main part of the brand, they don't really have any way to specifically incorporate with the slime other than like, the pilot being stuck in the slime when you're doing the unboxing. But the Wreck Racers actually have this little section in the back where you can take the little capsule slime and plug it in. It doesn't change anything. I mean, you can kind of see it from the top here if you get the right light on it. But, again, the one that I have is still kind of covered in slime for him, so I'm not going to put it in just now. I got to clean it off. But that's a cool feature, that the slime is actually incorporated into the vehicle itself. But yeah, I like these little vehicles. For this one, I'm probably going to leave this one as it is because I think it looks probably better that way. But for this guy, what I do, because like the original ones, the original Ready2 robots, like you don't have a ton of options. Like you can put the arms in different places and you can put extra arms in the back here, but mostly the main body is like how it's going to be. But with these guys, what's really cool is with these different sections, they actually have like some different like spots on them that aren't used up, and they have an extra ball joint section here. So for this guy to connect these two red pieces together, I plug this piece on top like that, and then take this weapon and put it here. And that's pretty cool, I think, as a different option, because then you kind of turn the little race car into a bit more of a mech kind of car rather than just like the straight up race car. Because the other cool feature with these guys is they have that wind up feature where you pull them back and they actually move forward. So super cool. And then of course they've got their spring lidded weapons up here. So there's a bit more going on with these guys than the original like blind packed guys. Like again, the one I looked at last time had that little light up feature, but that was because he was like the ultra rare in the set. Most of them are just like these, little posable guys that don't have any extra features. So it's cool that these have a bit more going on with them. I'm not sure what these guys' original price was. Again, they're starting to show up at Five Below. So these guys and the Wreck Racers, just like the regular guys, are the $5 price point, which they're super worth. I have a suspicion that these guys probably cost in original MSRP probably cost a little bit more than just like the regular standard guys, because they again do have a bit more going on with them. They're bigger, they've got the spring loaded weapons, they've got the pullback motion there. But it's cool to get them for $5. I think they're definitely worth that, and I'm not sure I'd pay much more for them because they're cool, but like the part of the price that was worked into is like the big sort of base that does like the features and stuff like that, and I don't know if it's like really worth spending extra money for that kind of feature. It's still cool, and I'm happy that I have it, but you know, I wouldn't pay much more for these guys. Like, I'm definitely more excited about these guys now that they cost about half as much as they did originally. But, to each his own. Depends on, like, kind of what stuff you think is worth it. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it with these Wreck Racers. I still like the original guys a bit more just because I'm generally a bit more into the mech-suits idea than the race cars. But it's a cool differentiation with these with the brand, and I think that's pretty fun. But yeah, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Ready2Robot Wreck Racers. Hey, just a real quick update. I actually looked through all the little bags again, and I actually did find his little mask. It is particularly molded for him. As you can see, it's got like these three sort of little sections right here that you just loop over his little exposed monkey brain, and then the goggles kind of sit over his eyes. So that's pretty cool. I like this mask a lot better than the other one that came with the red guy, just because you can actually still see the character underneath it, whereas the red mask really just like made it look like it was just a totally different type of toy. You couldn't see the little guy at all. But I like that. I think that works well, and it does help differentiate him from the other little exposed monkey or exposed brain monkey guy that I have. So yeah, just a quick update.